In this video, I'm gonna be super morose for 20% of the video, and then I'll get back to my usual animated self. And we're gonna talk about combining yerba mate with Aniracetam, because it's cool, so you better stick around, damn it. Coming up. Product Pro, a minute and a half. Fast forward if you don't want to watch it. Number one, we got a stack, dude and chicks. It's a pre-made stack and it's awesome. It's called Cortex. Get it at livecortex.com. It combines uridine, CDP choline, and artichoke extract with a little bit of Bacopa monnieri for a powerful nootropic experience. Normally it's $34.99, but right now you can get it for $29.99, and if you use the coupon code 5, it'll take it down to $24.99. That's cheap. Get it at livecortex.com. We wrote 3 digital guides. They are stack written. Here they are. Get them on your iPad or iPhone or Kindle or whatever. Download them now. Go to livecortex.com. Coupon code 5 still applies. Make it happen. Lastly, we do Nootropics Consulting. You want to consult with this guy for 40 minutes? About nootropics, get it at livecortex.com. All right, that's it. I'm gonna get back to my animated self. That was fun though. Gotta change it up, you know. All right, so let's talk about yerba mate and Aniracetam. First of all, I want to start off by saying, the basis of what we're going to talk about is that stacking yerba mate with Aniracetam is very awesome. It's very stimulatory. For those of you that are like me, that really truly like highly stimulatory nootropic compounds or combinations of chemicals that really get you to just want to crank out work or engage in something that you wouldn't otherwise be into engaging in. Maybe engage in some sort of like long list of to-dos that are 10 to 15 minutes long. Like, this isn't really a great focus stack, at least for me, and I don't think for a lot of other people, but it is a good stimulation, drive you to action kind of stack. It's even really great for gaming. I've been using it for gaming lately, particularly playing Battlefield 4 multiplayer. Aniracetam and yerba mate stack very well together. Yerba mate, let's talk about yerba mate for a second, is a drink. It's basically like a caffeinated drink. It has a little bit of caffeine in it, but mostly what constitutes the stimulation of drinking this drink is essentially like a tea-esque drink of yerba mate. There's a compound called theobromine. Theobromine is a stimulant, and it is in the xanthine class like caffeine. So it's sort of a sister of caffeine. I even think theocrine is in the xanthine class. Okay, so it's a stimulant. But the interesting thing about it is that, I found over the years that both yerba mate and theobromine, which is the active ingredient that's stimulatory in yerba mate, stack really well with cholinergics, and particularly racetams. Okay, so that's just sort of the preface, and we'll do another video of just doing theobromine powder, stacking that with alpha GPC, Noopept, and other racetams because they stack very well together. Okay, but here's the bottom line. Yerba mate stacks incredibly well with Aniracetam. It's stimulatory, it improves speed of processing, gives you the working memory of Aniracetam, but it basically, I think the most impressive part of it is it compounds on the stimulatory nature of Aniracetam. Okay, here's my, here's essentially like how I'll do it. It's hard to measure how much theobromine is in yerba mate, but for me, all I need is a big cup, just think of it like a regular big coffee cup, of yerba mate tea. Okay, so I don't have the leaves or chop them up or do it in any sort of fancy fashion. I basically just get like dippable tea bags that are yerba mate. You can get them from any store, any grocery store, etc. So the milligram quantity of theobromine, I'm almost positive it doesn't display it on the label of this thing. So I'm not really sure what you're getting, but comparing it to when I dose theobromine by itself, it's probably about 50 to 75 milligrams of theobromine. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but probably within that range, okay? So for me, it's 1 giant cup of yerba mate at a 700 milligram dose of Aniracetam. Okay, so and with this particular combination, I guess just sort of as a I guess a backup, like it's just sort of a safe thing to do. I include a choline source, but it's not GPC or CDP. It's just a routine 300 milligrams of choline bitartrate. Okay, so that is the strategy. A giant cup of yerba mate, right? Which I know I'm not being refined because I'm not entirely sure how much theobromine, the active stimulatory component of yerba mate, is in a giant cup of yerba mate. Hard to tell. There's a little bit of caffeine in there too, so it's very stimulatory. But I would guess that I would confidently say it's somewhere within the 50 to 75 milligram range of theobromine, 700 milligrams of Aniracetam, and 300 milligrams of choline bitartrate. Okay, this what prompted me to do this is because that's a stack that I used to game on Battlefield 4 and GTA Grand Theft Auto 4 and 5 on PS3. I love stimulatory stacks and then gaming. But then somebody in a Facebook Nootropics group, it's like Nootropic SARMs and a bunch of other stuff, asked about yerba mate. And that prompted me to be like, oh, well, yeah, well, it stacks well with racetams and other things if you can get the dose right, and theobromine particularly. And so I wanted to do this video. This is something that we do talk about in some of our guides. We put theobromine with racetams because of my experimentation with it. Particularly the Racetam God Guide's got some theobromine racetam stacks, very, very powerful stacks. But I just wanted to say to folks, you can absolutely take this stack and use it. If you're thinking about something new to try, you want something awesome that's going to totally stimulate you, have some yerba mate and dose some Aniracetam. It's epic. Now I'm going back to my morose self. Thanks for freaking watching. All right, thanks. Look at me. Thanks, dude or chick. Talk to you next time.
Marshman Randy Savage. What is up, everybody? Ryan Michael Bowler here. Hey, thanks a lot for listening to the video. Thanks a lot for being here. But check this out. If you want to take your nootropics game to a different level, to the pro level, we've got 4 major products for you. Number 1, the Noopep Pro Stack List. I think of all of these, it's the Noopep Pro Stack List and the Racetam God Guide, which we're going to get to in just a second, and we explain in the video, that are the most advanced guides out of our guides. The Noopep Pro Stack List is a digital guide that explains a bunch of powerful sublingual, oral, and nasal Noopep stacks. It also has 20 bonus Racetam stacks. The gist of it is, look, it took me a long time, 4 years of concentrated experience trying to find the best Noopep stacks, putting them in a digital guide. It's like folks try for a while to find a good Noopep stack. They're like, you're weighing stuff out, they're adding different ingredients in, they can't quite get it right. I figured them all out. I figured the God stacks of Noopeps, and I put them in the Noopep Pro Stack List. Get that at livecortex.com. It's digital. Then the Smarter, Better, Faster guide, as you see right in front of you here, that is a guide for new folks. If you're new to nootropics, look, any of these guides will suit you, but if you're new to nootropics, this teaches you everything. Choline sources, racetams, stacking racetams, phenibut, research chemicals, modafinil, everything in between. Smarter, Better, Faster is a very powerful, information-dense, it's also a lot of stacks in there, digital guide you can download for anything you have. Then the Racetam God Guide. This is a little on the advanced level, but still, anyone could take it and get the stacks from it, and then can go implement those stacks, make those stacks, capsule the stuff, the ingredients that we've got laid out in the stacks, and then get a benefit from it. It's got 80 plus pro, highly advanced, super effective Racetam stacks. We got Aniracetam, Paracetam, Oxiracetam, Phenylparacetam, Nepharacetam, Coliracetam, Fasoracetam, all the major 8 nootropic racetams in that guide. And then the Cortex stack. The Cortex stack is really like, look, if you're really looking to take your nootropics game to another level, I created that stack to give people an idea of what nootropics really should be. The pre-made stacks that were out there were not that effective. They just weren't. The companies and the folks that own those companies, I'm sure, are great. They just weren't that effective. So I created a stack that was like blowing my mind and allowing my brain to really function well during an 18-hour period building a business. I then converted that to a commercial stack. It is called Cortex. It is strong, okay? Get all that stuff at livecortex.com. That is what you got to do if you really want to take your nootropics game to the next level. Get these guides. Get all these guides. If you're new, get the Smarter, Better, Faster guide. If you want a Noopep stack list that's highly advanced and surgical, get the Noopep Pro stack list. If you want some Racetam stacks that are extremely effective, situationally specific, get the Racetam God Guide. And listen, thanks so much for being with me. Go to livecortex.com and get these products. And my friends, be epic and achieve more.